An intelligent mind had to be behind this creation in which we live. Listen to what Romans chapter 1 and verse 20 says. The Bible is so plain and simple. It says, "For since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen." Everybody say clearly seen.
Clearly seen.
Clearly seen. Being understood from what has been made, so that man is without excuse. When a person stands in front of God on Judgment Day and say, "I didn't know you existed," God says, "That's a lie, because my creation told you I existed." You cannot look at the sky and tell me that there's not an intelligent mind behind those clouds, and the way the stars are laid out, and the way the sun comes up in the east every single day and sets in the west every single day, even though in Oregon you can't even see it.
Yeah, it takes faith to live in Oregon, I'll tell you that right now. Sunday morning, going to church. We're going to go to the Nazarene church today. Because Jesus was a Nazarene, which means he was from a town called Nazareth. I mean, if God's going to come all the way down here and die to save my soul, die in my place, to cover the multitude of sins that infest me, I'm in a constant state of repentance. I don't know about the rest of you Christians, but anyways, I just would like to know more about the history. That's a good point. There's always something else I need to know. That's something true in this world too. There's always something I need to know. There's always something I should be repenting of. I'll go along for a long time sometimes just thinking, boy, I'm a good Christian. Man, I have achieved the plateau of being a good Christian. There is nobody going to compare with me. I just got her whooped now. God's forgiven me for the stuff I can think of, and then all of a sudden, God will just show me something that I have been doing for 30 years that he would like to see me change. And I'll just go, man, where's the end of this? That's why I say I'm just living in a constant state of repentance while God molds me into what he wants me to be. And I can see why he has to make us eternal beings just like he is in order to accomplish things like that, because there's a lot of stuff he's got to do on me. He's got his hands full whipping us into shape. Well, it's 26 degrees here in Portland, Oregon. There's the freeway. It's the road under the fog there. Okay, here we go. There's the train track. There's some joggers. There's another green light. Yeah, it's just, the trip to church is quite an event every time like this. There's lights and people. And look at here, we've even got some red flags. I don't know if that's the Russian embassy or the Saturn dealer or what, but there it is. Now here's a restaurant here that's interesting. It's Si Senor on one side and Great China on the other. I don't suppose they share the same kitchen, do they? Alright, well, I'm kind of happy to be going to church today. I'm looking forward to worshiping God and fellowshipping with my fellow children of God, fellow worshipers, fellow Christians, believers. These are the folks that I know who are not looking for a way to live without God. They're looking for ways to live a better life before him. There's quite a difference there. There's not much of anything over there but that apartment building. I'm just showing you the sights. I figure, you know, there's no point in sitting here looking at the inside of my truck. And you got all this fog you could be taking in. I just had a feeling like I'm forgetting something. See how that sobered me up? Look at that. There's Lowell's house. Lowell and Judy live there. You don't know them, but they're friends of mine. They'd be friends of yours too if you knew them. There's a little trash out here on the curb that everybody who comes to church this way is going to have to see if somebody don't go pick it up. Lights on in the office, that means Pastor Mark's over here praying. There's the bus over there. I gotta drive that after work today. Furnace is on in the Family Life Center. I can tell by the smoke coming out of the top of it. There's a big old dog down here and a crane at the cell tower right by Daryl's trailer. Uh-oh. I hope this dog doesn't eat doorkeepers. We'll see what happens here. If that dog eats me, I want you guys to know that I didn't mean any of those things I said about you. Well, except the good stuff, you know.